friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Tuesday, the 5th day of May for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to get your day started the right way. All of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get through the day here today. Plenty to talk about. The Big Ten Conference softball tournament gets underway tomorrow at the University of Maryland. Nebraska will be the number 1 seed. Huskers will play until Thursday. They'll play either Michigan or Ohio State in their first game. So we'll check out the softball tournament for you here this morning. The Big Ten Conference has announced its volleyball opponent rotations for the 2026 season. We'll take a peek and see where the Huskers are going to play and where. The Nebraska baseball team has picked up a junior college prospect out of Kansas. 3 Hastings College players have been to the Great Plains Athletic Conference all-conference softball teams. Doane wins a wild one last night to win the Great Plains Athletic Conference baseball championship. Had some high school baseball played in the area last night. Hastings High held off Beatrice in a ball game at Duncan Field. Adams Central is going to be on the road today as they play at St. Paul Palmer. The high school baseball team's getting ready for district play, which begins on Thursday. So all that and more coming up as we get you going here on this Tuesday morning as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning, my man.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, Mike, good morning, if Doane won the DPAC baseball championship last night, or they won the men's beer league slow pitch softball game. 17-16, final score. Doane scores. They're trailing going into the bottom of extra innings. They are trailing 16-13. Doane wins the game 17-16. A maddening box score. A scorecard that had to look like absolute trash. It would have not been one that I had on the fridge. 17-16 baseball game that would have given me a flashback of co-ed C League, Bill Smith softball complex, Busch Light drinking the baseball or the softball team that we were.
The Tigers hammered
Crazy.
out 23 in the game last night. The Bulldogs had 18. Doane used 8 pitchers to get through the 10-inning game.
God.
Concordia used 6. Now, I can see this because both of these teams have already advanced to the NAIA opening round, which begins next week. It was basically a bullpen session for both of these teams. So what that means, you're going to throw out a guy for an inning, maybe an inning and a half. Then you jerk him out and you bring in somebody else. Hastings High did the very same thing last night in their ball game with Beatrice. So we saw a lot of pitchers. We saw some pitchers that probably are not in the usual rotation for both of these teams. They didn't have anything to gain or anything to lose last night other than a trophy to put on your trophy
That's
case.
what I'm saying. That's a conference. That's a conference tournament trophy.
Yeah.
That's hardware. I'm not having a Johnny Holstaff day if I'm playing for hardware. Absolutely not. No way in hell.
But they did. Both teams did.
Oh yeah, clearly. And then I've always kind of tried to steer clear of the last week of the regular season for high school baseball. In terms of broadcasting, for that reason, it's typically a Johnny Holstaff day. PowerPoints have been out. Your postseason destination is already established. I guess you're still playing for wild card points. But with postseason destination determined, typically the last game of the regular season or second to last game of the regular season is going to be bullpens, and it's an exhausting baseball game.
Yeah, last night was not good. Hastings the would-be comeback, and the Tigers win last night over Beatrice by the score of 9-7. So Hastings now 9-15 on the year. They're going to play Elkhorn North on Thursday in the first round of their district tournament at Elkhorn North. So that'll be a tough one for the Tigers, but they wrap up their regular season at 9-15. And like you said, their destination is known. They're going to play at Elkhorn North on Thursday. Adams Central going to finish off their season today, their regular season, at St. Paul Palmer, looking to win their 13th game in a row. The Patriots will play at St. Paul Palmer, and then they will host a district tournament beginning Thursday out at Duncan Field. And the first round opponent for Adams Central is going to be, let's see. Who's it going to be? Fort Calhoun. My mind went blank there. Fort Calhoun is the team we're going to play on Thursday. That'll be a 4 o'clock start, a game you'll be able to hear right here on Extreme Sports beginning at 3:45. So just some of the things that's going on as far as the wild aspects of things.
Well, St. Paul Palmer played Adams Central pretty tight in the first week of the season. I think that was an opponent that didn't have them earlier.
I think they must have played them at home, so they're playing them on the road.
Yeah, doing a home and away with them. But what I can remember, they played them tight. Like, it was a good baseball game.
And we'll see what Timmy likes to do with his staff today. Johnny Hull's staff again today? Probably so.
I think so.
402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to join us, plenty of time to chime in with us today. Something that's on your mind, either sports-related or not. We'd love to talk to you here today. The Big Ten Conference softball tournament gets underway tomorrow at the University of Maryland. Nebraska will be the number 1 seed. Oregon, the number 2 seed, followed by UCLA and Indiana. Nebraska won't play until Thursday. They'll play the winner of the Michigan-Ohio State ball game. So Nebraska, the number 1 seed, they probably don't have to do too much in the Big Ten Conference tournament. They'll move on to the regionals the following week. But you're in a position, you're the number 1 seed, you ought to win the damn tournament. So I'm sure Nebraska will go out and try to win the thing this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, let's go flex. I think that, probably Nebraska, you throw UCLA into that conversation of teams that could potentially win the thing, but we're definitely the favorites, and we're a favorite to host a regional. We're a favorite to go to Oklahoma City. Again, it's going to depend on matchups, and I think we're going to see ace versus ace in the super regionals all throughout the super regionals, 1 through 16. This softball is going to get pretty tight. The SEC conference tournament is going to really be one to keep eyeballs on, just in terms of how teams kind of maneuver and play to try to get that potential bid to host. But Nebraska's hosting a regional, and God willing, you go with that pretty easy, and then you're hosting a super regional, and so Lincoln should be hopping for this Husker softball team for the next couple weekends. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
A couple of NFL notes today. A little more than a week after the NFL draft came and went without the Packers adding a quarterback to their roster, Green Bay has went out and signed veteran Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor going to be around at least for a bit longer. He's expected to be the favorite to back up Jordan Love, who is entering his 4th season as a starter at Green Bay. Tyler is going to be a replacement for Malik Willis, who played behind Love the past 2 seasons before signing with the Miami Dolphins in free agency. Before signing the 36-year-old Taylor, the only quarterbacks that the Packers had on their roster were Desmond Ridder and Kyle McCord. Ridder was released on Monday in a corresponding move with Taylor's signing. Now, Tyrod Taylor has played in 100 games over 15 NFL seasons and has made 62 starts, most recently with the New York Jets. He started 4 games last season for the Jets. The majority of his starting experience came with your Buffalo Bills, with whom he started 43 games from
right.
2015 to 2017. Tyrod Taylor was a sixth-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens in 2011. In fact, he's one of only 5 players from that draft that was still active during the 2025 season. For his career, Taylor is 29, 31, and 1 as a starter. So Tyrod Taylor will back up Jordan Love at Green Bay. Probably a step up from Malik Willis, I would think.
Ooh, no. Not from Malik Willis, buddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor, he's one of those guys that gets in the game.
He's old and reliable.
He just manages games. He doesn't get your team usually into trouble, doesn't do anything stupid, but he can take a snap and run an offense. A good backup for Love at Green Bay.
His ability to be a weapon has been drastically reduced. He doesn't have his legs anymore.
No, he got into the league in 2011.
When he had his legs, it was great for Buffalo, and he was a very serviceable starting quarterback. And we went through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback with quarterback ratings of below 50. Nathan Peterman, worst quarterback of all time. There was a couple others. I think J.P. Lorenzen was in there. We went through a shit show for Buffalo, and Tyrod Taylor kind of steadied the ship until JA-17 comes on board. But yeah, I mean, he's lost his legs. He's not the weapon he once was, but he's still a serviceable quarterback and a pretty half decent backup. If you need just somebody to come in and kind of manage the game for you, but no, he's not better than Malik Willis. Willis is the everybody's up and coming next big starting quarterback, so who I ultimately will think takes the Miami job.
Really, you'll think he'll take that thing over?
Yeah. Oh, easily.
All right, so maybe I misspoke.
Look for it in the preseason. Yeah, that might have been a misscout. But yeah, Malik Willis he's a damn good quarterback. I was looking up at the baseball. Schedule from the St. Paul Adams Central game. That was a wild one too. 22-15. That was a game that Adams Central won back on March 26th.
Wow, one of the early games out.
Seems like it was such a long time ago, but it was only a month ago. A little over a month ago.
Yeah, a little over a month.
22-16.
So they're going to play at St. Paul Palmer today. So
yes.
All right, that's the final game of the regular season for Adams Central. Thanks for diving into that.
Yeah, I knew it was a close game.
Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson, we talked about him yesterday. Well, he reported yesterday for voluntary off-season workouts after sitting his butt at home for the past 2 weeks. With the Colts seemingly no closer to trading him as he requested, and with no indication they'll release him, Richardson is back in the building for the time being. The Colts on Friday declined Richardson's fifth-year option, which will make him a free agent after the 2026 season. Friday was the deadline for NFL teams to exercise the fifth-year options on 2023 first-round selections. Exercising Richardson's option would have come with a guaranteed salary in 2027 of more than $22 million.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts say thanks, but no thanks. But they're going to hang on to him for the 2026 season, at least right now.
Well, you got your asset. He's still your asset.
Yeah, he's still on your roster. But
how awkward is that, though? You're walking around the locker room and you're like, "Hey, yeah, it's nice to show up for work." Like you're walking into an office knowing that in 9 months you're going to be fired.
Basically.
I mean, that's essentially what it is.
If not,
you didn't renew the contract, didn't pick it up. You're not going to rework a contract for significantly less money if you're Anthony Richardson.
But they might ship him out before the start of the season.
They could. I don't know. I guess if I'm Anthony Richardson, I would rather I'd rather just give it a go, kick back. This season, you're not starting, and you're not going to get paid. Well, I mean, you're going to get your money from the contract. Obviously, you're getting paid a lot of money to sit your ass on the bench and kind of go toes up. And then if I'm Richardson, I'm testing the free agency market, and I'm seeing if I can get the best deal possible. If you're in Indianapolis, yeah, you're desperate to try to trade him away, but I don't know. I would put a no trade clause together and everything. I'd be like, I'm just gonna sit and kind of be on a beach for the entire season, taking my $20 million, and then I'll just go test the free agency market if you're not gonna pick up my contract. That's what I do.
Wow, we've walked into a building before knowing that in
Oh,
9
I've been
months
there
we're gonna
plenty of
get
times.
fired. Yeah, I've been there before.
Been there plenty of times.
It's not a good feeling.
We're not making $20 million on our contract restructuring either. So
No, but the boss don't talk to you.
Oh,
The
yeah.
boss don't even make eye contact with you.
There's a staff meeting and you're the only staff member not invited.
I've been
It's
in
like,
those-
at what point do you kind of get a hint,
that you're
Hey,
not going to be part of the future plans.
Hey, staff meeting, we're going to talk about the future roles and
But
redistribute
Tyson,
the roles. Hey,
why don't
Tyson,
you-
you're not invited.
Yeah, once you
Go listen
why
for
don't you-
phones.
yeah, go listen for phones and be on the air.
We'll tell you what the future plans are after the meeting. I can kind of put the writing on the wall. Thanks, boss. See you later.
And he doesn't make eye contact with
You're all in your staff meeting. I'm packing up my shit.
me.
I'm just like,
Little shyster, little guy with those shyster looking eyes. I know
Deuces.
what I'm talking about.
deuces.
Shyster.
Been there.
NBA stuff last night. Let's talk about what happened in the NBA.
Go for it.
The Knicks last night, they beat Philadelphia by a score of 137 to 98. That was the opening round game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. So the Knicks win by 39 points last night. New York became the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight postseason games by at least 25 points. Continuing a wave that began midway through the first round series against Atlanta, they shot 63% last night, led by as many as 40 points in that ball game. Since trailing Atlanta 2-1, the Knicks have won 4 straight games by a combined 135 points. Over the past 3 games, the Knicks have a combined margin of victory of 119 points. That's the largest point per game differential in a 3-game span in NBA playoff history. So all of a sudden, the New York Knicks have caught fire. They're not only winning, they're blowing their opposition out. Last night, they win by 39 points. They beat Philadelphia 137 to 98. They lead the Eastern Conference semifinals now 1-0. Watch the next time they play, they'll fall on their faces after we sit here and talk about how great they are.
Yeah, you kind of gave him the old commentator's jinx right there, didn't you? Remember, though, all that does is flash me back to last year's conversation where New York made the Eastern Conference Finals but didn't make the NBA Finals. Next thing you know, Tom Thibodeau gets shown the door, and we were all saying, oh, my God, what a horrible move for the New York Knicks to do that to Tibbs.
But then
Oh,
they
no.
They couldn't find anybody to take the job.
Couldn't find anybody to take the job. Well, now they're playing some pretty damn good basketball with the guy that did take the job, so I guess woe is us.
What do we know?
What the hell do we know? Grass isn't greener. New York's going to fall on their face. I remember saying all that shit, you know?
We remember when we started this show, we're experts on nothing.
Yeah, we probably should try to do our daily best to remind ourselves of that, and our comments on the New York Knicks last year at this time are proof of that. But, yeah, I thought New York was going to fall on their face this year with the coaching change, and I thought karma was going to come around to bite them in the ass, and was kind of actually looking forward to it. And nope, they're just playing winning basketball. And as of now, I guess, again, this is now the time. I don't watch basketball yet, but I'm scoreboard watching a little bit. And take a look at the scores. Who's going to stop them?
Yeah.
You're blowing opponents out of the water. You look like a pretty unstoppable force right now.
OKC.
Are they?
Okay. Yeah, OKC could probably stop the New York Knicks.
Okay.
But that will be
I
in
see.
the NBA Championship Series. That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one to maybe look forward to. In the West last night, 104 to 102 was the final score there. Minnesota beat the San Antonio Spurs. So Minnesota goes up 1-0 in the West. The other semifinal series will take place tonight. Cleveland playing at Detroit. Los Angeles Lakers at Oklahoma City. Those are the opening round games in their respective series. So the Knicks and the Timberwolves were winners last night. And tonight, Cleveland playing at Detroit and the Lakers at Oklahoma City. That's what happened.
On the ice, we had a good one. Watched a little bit of this. It's coming to the time, Mike, where I have my love-hate relationship with sports because while, yes, I love playoff hockey, baseball has started, and Cardinals were televised last night on FS1, pivotal matchup in the NL Central with the Brewers. So I had to do the old split screen last night, and I ended up missing the winning goal because I flipped it back over to the Cardinals game. And so I missed the game winner. I caught it in the highlights. But Carolina has now won their first 6 playoff games. They have taken a 2-0 lead over Philadelphia in the second round, a 3-2 overtime winner last night for Rod Brind'Amour and the Carolina Hurricanes. And then Vegas won, according to CBS Sportsline this morning, a little bit of controversy in that Vegas game. Apparently there was a disputed goal. Vegas ended up getting credit for the disputed goal, and then they buried a game winner and took down the Ducks by the score of 3-1. I'm sure Marcus would fill us more in on the disputed goal situation, but Ducks lose the first game in the Western second round to Vegas 3-1 for tonight. As we scroll down and down, it's just a lone single game tonight, 7 o'clock start on ESPN. Colorado and the Wild, after their Wild game 1, they will get back into it here in game 2 at 7 p.m. Also, 2 p.m., we have a Champions League semifinal matchup in European soccer, otherwise known as football. Arsenal and Atletico Madrid continue their series. So there you go.
All right, so that's what's going on the scoreboard here today. Don't expect the Detroit Mercy men's basketball team to be in the NCAA tournament anytime soon.
Oh.
Their program has been put on a 1-year ban for the postseason because
Mercy.
Their benchmark for the NCAA's academic progress rate was not up to snuff. So they put a 1-year ban on them participating in the postseason while the school can improve its academic situation. Evidently, not a lot of people flowing through the school with academic success.
Get better majors then. Take weightlifting 101 and, yeah, there's ways you can skirt around that. Just make classes super easy.
Detroit Mercy fell just a game short of qualifying for the NCAA tournament this year. They finished 17-15 on the hardwood. They lost to Wright State in the Horizon Tournament Finals. Lost to Wright State 65-63. Or Detroit Mercy would have been in the NCAA tournament this year. So don't put them in your bracket next year because they're not going to be there. The guys will all be home studying.
Did women's go up too to 76?
They're talking about they haven't passed that yet. But it's going to be for men's and women's.
It's going to be for men's and women's.
Remember we talked about that last week?
I'm expecting it to be 76 teams. I'm expecting that to pass.
If it's out there already, they're going to pass it.
I think it's absolute trash. And I have heard, like, I've talked to college basketball fans. I talked to like NBA fans, like people that eat, sleep, and drink hoops, man. I'm not among them. I like March. I like the tournament. I like the excitement, but I'm not a diehard basketball person. I would rather watch a hockey game in the winter. I enjoyed watching Nebraska's run. I was probably way more interested in college basketball this year than I ever have been before. But like disclaimer, I'm not a basketball guy. I'm not a hoopser. Let's go ahead and just wipe out my comment section while I'm talking with my hands really fast. That said, I have heard in my conversations with college basketball people, diehards, that in no way in hell is 76 teams what we want. Nobody is asking for this. We are sitting here saying, for the most part of the conversations I've had, we loved it when it was 64 teams. And I don't want to sound like a get off my lawn kind of guy, but what the hell do we need? A third of the field to qualify for your postseason tournament for. Stop it. 64 was fine.
Yeah,
it was totally fine.
Then we put up with their 68.
We tolerated it.
Yeah, we tolerated the 68 when they went to that, and they had those little play-in games.
Yeah.
In Dayton, Ohio.
Now
they want to move it to 76 and have a whole bunch of play-in games.
More play-in games.
At two different sites on Tuesday and Wednesday, leading up to the NCAA tournament. So that's what they're talking about.
I like having my bracket out on Sunday and being able to pick 64 to the national championship and have a few days to be able to complete that bracket.
Yeah, now
you have these stupid play-in games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, maybe you want to take an underdog, but only one underdog if they win their play-in game. Obviously, you're not going to take Miami, Ohio if they lose, but maybe you want to take them if they win, so you have to hold out on your bracket. These play-in games are so stupid.
Well, it's really going to put a bite in our bracket if they do that, because if they have all these play-in games, they're going to have 12 play-in games over the course of a couple of days. That's 24 teams. 24 teams will be playing on Tuesday and Wednesday. 24 out of the 76 that will be in the field.
And your brackets due Thursday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, the brackets will be due on Thursday at 10, and 24 teams have already been on the courts. And then how you put your bracket together. We're going to run into problems for the bracket challenge next year.
God dang it.
If they do that. Because some of those teams that play in the first round games, the play-in games, are going to be all right teams. They're not going to be championship teams, but they might be somebody that you want to move through your bracket. So, yeah, looking at next year's bracket challenge, if they go to – we got to call the NCAA and say, you can't do this. How are we going to get our brackets out?
We're trying to give away $10,000 over here, NCAA. Here's the thing.
Yeah, you're screwing with our bracket challenge.
When it screws with Vegas, and it will, when it screws with Vegas, it's not going to screw up the odds. It's not going to screw up lines. But you're going to see entry pools and amount of money that go into these big bracket pools. You even take ESPN's Tournament Challenge, for example, and the amount of people that will click on the sweepstakes and the amount of entrants will be down because we're going to be exhausted from NCAA tournament. You could suffer from bracket exhaustion when you have 12 freaking play-in games in 2 days. And then you got to turn right around and submit a bracket.
Starts.
No.
The tournament starts on Thursday.
When it starts to affect Vegas, it's going to go back to the way it was. But I don't know. I just don't know.
It won't, because people are going to be gambling.
And then it's going to expand
crazy.
even further. And then it's going to expand even further after that.
People will be gambling like crazy that week.
Just start.
So it's not going to hamper Vegas one bit.
I know. A guy can dream.
Just our mediocre little bracket pools that we're worried about.
Just my sanity.
But yeah, that's going to cause a real.
Here's the thing, though, and Amber mentioned this when we were arguing about this last week, I think, and she made a great comment that went unread, unfortunately. But I am so glad that Nebraska made the tournament and made their run this year, getting into the field without a play-in game. If we would have made the run, oh yeah, but they expanded the field. If we would have made the run next year and they expand the field to 76, the national narrative would have been, oh, the NCAA finally expands to 76 teams and Nebraska finally gets in and they finally win a game. That would have been the narrative, and we would have had to put an asterisk with our run, a magical, historical run that we made this year. We would have had to put a stupid asterisk by it.
I don't know if I would have, but
Well, you know that the narrative would have been, field was expanded to 76 teams.
Yeah, got Nebraska finally in.
They put that shit in the fine print, pisses you off. Chief has chimed in on the comment section. This is insane. Cubs walked it off with a win against the Reds. The Cardinals beat the Brewers. The Cubs are in first. All is well in the NL Central. I want to look at the NL Central standings really quick before we go to our news break, because I know we got time on the back end of the show, too. Baseball is wild in the National League Central. The only division where every team has an above 500 record. In fact, at fifth, the Brewers, who the Cardinals just beat last night, are 18-16. They are 2 games above 500, and they are the worst team in the National League Central. For record, the NL West has 3 teams below 500. The NL East has 4 teams below 500. The Nationals in second place in the division somehow. In the American League, in the AL East, 3 teams below 500. The leader in the AL Central is at 500, and that's the Guardians at 18-18. And then the Athletics, if you have not been paying attention to baseball in the first month, the Athletics, they don't have a town in front of their name. They are just known as the Athletics. They are leading the American League West at a outstanding mark of 18-16. So there's 4 teams below 500. The NL Central is the only division in baseball that is playing winning baseball right now. And that is a crazy stat.
Wow. All those
Crazy
teams
stat.
Just hunkering around the 500 or so, huh?
What's that?
I said there's a lot of teams hunkering around the.
A lot of teams are not
Below
playing up to
500.
expectations. I mean, there's some teams that are raking. Atlanta's raking. LA's LA. New York has found their way. They're 24-11. They're playing good ball, but the rest of the field is, everyone's beating each other up.
All right, so we're about 30, 35 games into the season.
A little more.
Got 130 games to go or so. So all that could change.
I'm just saying.
Right now.
Snapshot the NL Central, and where was that on your bingo card that the rebuilding Cardinals, the rebuilding Reds, the rebuilding Pirates were all going to be above 500? They're playing outside, they're punching outside their weight class, and it's making the NL Central fun. It used to be the most fun division in baseball, and Chief will back me up on that. And then you go through some rebuilds. What's that?
They could punch themselves out.
They could, and throughout the court, like I said yesterday, when you get into the dog days of the summer, that's extremely likely. You'll hit a lull, but yeah, for a team to go through a rebuild like that and accelerate as fast as they have, sets up for an exciting year.
All right, we'll have more on all that stuff coming up after we take our news break today. Again, if you'd like to join the show, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. 7:34 as you wake up with Mike and Tyson this morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We start at Hastings College, where they have named 8 students to its growing Jackson Scholars program for the next school year. The program, now in its second full year, has doubled in size from 4 students and offers a full-ride scholarship covering tuition, room, meals, and fees. Students also receive professional development opportunities, including internships and study-away experiences. College officials say the expansion reflects growing momentum in the arts and a commitment to developing the next generation of creative leaders. Meanwhile, federal agencies have not yet begun implementing President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at restricting voting by mail. Department of Justice attorney told a federal judge that agencies are still reviewing the order and have taken no concrete steps to enforce it. The order, which seeks to limit mail-in voting and create new federal oversight, is already facing multiple legal challenges from states and advocacy groups who argue it exceeds presidential authority. The case remains ongoing in federal court. Gas prices. They're rising again across the U.S. as tensions in the Middle East continue to disrupt global oil supply. The spike is tied to the ongoing conflict involving Iran and restricting shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for about 20% of the world's oil. President Donald Trump is proposing a new plan to help move ships through the region, but uncertainty remains. Analysts warn prices could stay elevated as long as instability continues and supply remains limited. It is now 7:36. We'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, Nebraska will be the number 1 seed for the Big Ten Conference softball tournament that gets underway tomorrow at the University of Maryland. Huskers won the regular season championship with a 23-1 conference record. Nebraska will play either Michigan or Ohio State on Thursday at 12:30. Oregon is the number 2 seed, followed by UCLA and Indiana. First round games tomorrow will have Minnesota playing Washington at 10 o'clock, followed by Michigan against Ohio State. At 3:30, Purdue will take on Wisconsin, followed by Penn State against Northwestern. The Big Ten Conference has announced its volleyball opponent rotations for the 2026 season, with the addition of the Big Ten Conference Tournament for the first time in 2026. Teams will play 17 regular season conference matches instead of 20. Nebraska will play 9 Big Ten home matches and 8 on the road this season. The Huskers' home matches will be against Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, and Wisconsin. The road matches will be against Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Michigan State, Northwestern, Oregon, Penn State, and Washington. The Nebraska baseball team has picked up a 6'4", 230-pound pitcher from Johnson County Junior College in Kansas. Ashton Nance announced his commitment to the Huskers yesterday. Nance has made 14 starts this season as a freshman and has a 12-0 record with a 2.90 earned run average. In 62 innings, Nance has recorded 66 strikeouts with just 19 walks. 3 Hastings College players have been named to the Great Plains Athletic Conference All-Conference softball teams. Outfielder Caton Kapler and designated player Kaylee Panino have been named to the second team. Lexi Mudloff was honorable mention. And Doane won the Great Plains Athletic Conference baseball championship last night with a 17-16 win over Concordia. Doane scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 10th inning to win it. The Tigers hammered out 23 base hits in the game. The Bulldogs had 18. Doane used 8 pitchers to get through the 10-inning game. Concordia used 6. Tanner Nelson had 4 hits and 3 RBIs for Doane. Braden Jones had 4 hits and 2 RBIs. Both teams will advance to the NAIA opening round next week. High school baseball from yesterday. Hastings High held off Beatrice by the score of 9-7. The Tigers now 9-15 in the season. They'll play Elkhorn North on Thursday in the first round of the district tournament. Sports Today is brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill, your 24-hour wellness center where members can access a variety of amenities on their own time. Time for a check on the weather at 7:39.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Rain continues to move toward the east along the Kansas-Nebraska border this morning. Other than that, it'll be slightly breezy with northeast winds of 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies and a high of 56. More rain develops later on tonight in the overnight hours. We'll see rain favored in areas west of Highway 281, an overnight low of 39, 57 with a slight chance of showers Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies, 36 Wednesday night. The sunshine returns Thursday with the high of 71.
As you wake up, get going this morning, we've got north winds at 7. It's cloudy, and it's 47 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give me a call at 308-991-5429.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, see the professionals at North Shore Real Estate of Hastings. Real estate is one of the largest and most exciting investments you can make, and the folks at North Shore Real Estate are here to make sure the process is a fun and rewarding one. They serve Hastings, Harvard, Blue Hill, Kennesaw, and several other communities within a 35-mile radius of Hastings. They'll give you the guidance and support you need throughout the entire buying or selling experience. Give them a call at 402-461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they are free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way, American Family Insurance. Give Matthew a call at 308-389-9124 or stop in at 204 North Walnut Street in Grand Island.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton is Business.
Start your engines, Hastings. It's time for Fast, Loud, Friday nights at Cam Raceway. Cam Raceway is located just east of Hastings on J Street. Catch the adrenaline-pumping action every Friday night through August. Watch stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, cage carts, and more tear up Nebraska's fastest 8-mile dirt track. Gates open at 7. Racing roars to life at 8. Only $10 to get in, and kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult. Cam Raceway, where speed meets dirt and Friday nights come alive. Don't miss it.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Veronica with you as a Saddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday. Get our next high school broadcast as far as baseball is concerned is going to be coming up on Thursday. Adams Central will be taking on Fort Calhoun in the opening round of the C6 District Baseball Tournament at Duncan Field. Every time will be at 3:45 on Thursday with the first pitch at 4 o'clock. So join us. Postseason baseball for high school teams, Adams Central and Fort Calhoun. Coming up on Thursday, we'll have the game right here on Extreme Sports. Just got a note from Craig Roop up in Grand Island.
Rupert!
Central Catholic hosting their big Central Catholic Golf Invitational today.
Nice.
It's kind of like the who's who of Central Nebraska here. Adams Central, Archbishop Bergen, Aurora, Central City, Centura, Columbus, Scotus, Crete, Fullerton, Gibbon, Grand Island Central Catholic, Kearney Catholic, Northwest, Ord, Ravenna, St. Cecilia, St. Paul, Wood River, Gothenburg, all competing in the Grand Island Central Catholic Golf Invitational today. So hopefully the rain holds off for the Grand Island Central Catholic Golf Invite.
I have a weird thing about golf. I'm going to tell you a story. Best golf I play. I'm not a good golfer. You know this.
No.
You golfed with me in Blue Hill.
Yeah.
I have just enough shots in my tool bag to make me want to come back. I'm like, you remember that one that hung up in the sky and dropped down on the green 2 feet away from the cup? That shot keeps you coming back. But I play my best golf in the rain. Everyone else shoots miserably. And they're like, oh, this was a miserable day on the golf course. I'm like, I love the rain. I love playing in the rain. I shoot my best in the rain. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's the fact that being in adverse conditions gets me out of my own head. And it's just like, at that point, it's just training wheels. And you just go up and hit the ball to not get wet. And so you're just going with your rhythm. And you're not getting in your head and trying to overswing. You're just trying to advance the ball. That might be part of it. I think when I get out of my own head, I play my best golf. I play my best golf in the rain, without a doubt. You can ask Gino. Gino's golfed with me before in the rain, and he's like, who's this guy? And I'm like, it's a guy that wants to get back in the golf cart and stay dry as long as possible.
Yeah, maybe you don't think about it. You don't think.
You just swing.
You don't address your ball properly. You don't think about it. And you just go up there and hit the damn ball and get back in the golf cart because, like you said, you don't want to get wet.
Yep.
So you might have something there.
So
anyway,
there you go.
Central Catholic holding a big golf invite today. So
they got to be getting close to their postseason.
Yeah, good luck to all those guys. Speaking of addressing your ball,
okay.
Last night I did the Hastings High and Columbus game last night.
Beatrice.
Yeah, Beatrice.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher for Beatrice. You must have heard of part of my game.
I've heard parts and snippets.
This guy, he took forever to throw a pitch.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. His name was Erickson. I think his name was Erickson. He was a starting pitcher last night for Beatrice. This guy took forever. Is there a pitch timer for high school baseball?
There is not, to my knowledge.
There should
be. Even at the college level, Marcus and I were discussing this at the college level.
College has
it. They do, but it's also not a... It's sort of up to the discretion of the umpire per when he starts his invisible watch. Like I would like a shot clock style monitor to be visible somewhere on the field. What's that?
Doan has it.
Doan has it?
Yep.
Okay.
We played with that at the GPAC tournament last week.
So much better.
I thought that was great.
Yeah,
there was one up on the scoreboard. There was one on the scoreboard, and there was one where the pitcher could see it.
Okay.
It was just to the left where I was broadcasting from.
Yeah, so, I'm with you. I think the next...
There should be... Yep. What is it in Major League Baseball? What's the time?
20?
20 seconds?
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what it was last week at the GPAC tournament, 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. This guy last night for Columbus, I could have devoured a couple of McDonald's cheeseburgers and maybe had a couple of gulps of my Diet Pepsi before he would throw the next pitch. He was so mechanical in everything he did. He got to the mound. He rubbed down his baseball. He adjusted his cap. He put
Shook off the catcher 8 times.
He put his foot on the rubber. He took a couple of deep breaths.
Every single pitch.
Every single pitch was the exact same way.
Oh, Jesus.
He adjusted his shoulders to make sure they were in the right position. He looked in for the sign to his catcher.
We're going to run out of morning show, buddy.
Well, that's what I was thinking last night. I said, "Would you just throw the damn ball? Throw the damn ball."
So, I'm an asshole when it comes to pitchers like that, and I would do this religiously. They would go and they would take all their time, and they would go through that routine, just like you said. We could go do it again, but I'm not going to go back and rehearse 5 minutes of what you just said. But the pitcher goes through all that routine, and finally, I know, I'm looking at him, and we're making eye contact, and I know when he's getting ready to throw. And I just raise my backhand, and I call time, and I make him do it all over again. I was the absolute worst human being in the batter's box when it came to that. If you were going to grandstand and make an entire production out of throwing a pitch, I was immediately going to put my backhand up and call time, and I was going to force you to do that all over again. And I would do it twice before the umpire would finally say, we're going. This is going to happen. You're in the box. We're doing this. But I would do it not once but twice, and then they would throw it my back. But yeah, you get the grandstanding pitcher. So you've seen now. You have the comparison. You did games in Doane where there was the pitch clock. You get a high school game where there's not. And you can see how much better the game is when it's moving. And these pace of play rules that they put in, and everyone was like, oh, I don't know about these pace of play rules. I don't know about a pitch clock. I don't know about automated balls and strike. Everything baseball has done in the last 2 years and for pace of play rules and for just general, let's not screw up a strike call, has made the game better. And my argument has always been, and it was the same way in basketball. How many years, decades did Nebraska not have a shot clock in high school basketball? And my argument for it was not of the financial one. It was, if the next level, collegiate, has a shot clock, we need to start preparing our players at the high school level to run an offense that has a shot clock. And that was my only argument. I wanted to better the kids' opportunities when they got to the D1 level or the next collegiate level, because you're playing with a shot clock. Guess what? You can't hold the ball and make 50 passes and then find the open look and miss it and go back play on D. That doesn't work at the college level. And so my argument for baseball to implement some sort of pitch clock, whether it's something that the umpire times manually or whether we can get a clock up on that electronic fancy scoreboard.
Yeah, after seeing that last week, I'm all for that.
Again, it's going to come down to budgets, and, it's not like you can – a lot of these places play out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like they have access to run a clock. But,
yeah. I'm all for that. And maybe when we talk to Stroman tomorrow,
I'll be curious.
That'd be a good topic to talk with him about.
Pitch clocks.
Yeah, pitch clocks in high school sports.
Is it the next – it should be. And, when we play in Omaha, we're going to have the capacity to have a pitch clock. Maybe it's something you test at the state level and see how it works. I would love to see it. I'm with you. I cannot stand there and sit here and you're trying to broadcast.
Yeah.
How do you broadcast guy rubs cleat on guy grabs Rosenbrag, pitcher scratches ass. Now he's ready to go.
It was brutal. And then he throws a ball. Yeah, after all that, then he throws a ball. If he did all that and he got the result, he throws a strike.
Sure.
Then I would feel for him. I said,
okay, understand.
Maybe he's got the system down. But then he throws a ball. Then he walks a guy after going through all that. And then we move on to the next guy. Does the exact same thing again. It was brutal. That might have been one of the toughest games I've done ever. Just because there was just so much time. So much time to fill.
Right.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Speaking of pitchers, I want to hit this note really quick. We get a quick update from Detroit. Back-to-back Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal has joined the plethora of big-name pitchers that have landed on the disabled list and are going to require surgery. He will not be available, experts are saying, until mid-July. As he gets an elbow issue addressed. He was scratched from his start last night in that Detroit matchup against Boston. And so Scooble Scratch put on the disabled list. Look at the names, big name pitchers that are on the DL after the first month of the season. Tarek Skubal, starting pitcher for Detroit. Sonny Gray, starting pitcher for Boston. You got the two big closers that moved over the offseason with Edwin Diaz going over to the Dodgers. He's going to be on the shelf till July. Ryan Helsley, the flamethrower from St. Louis, who then went to Baltimore. Helsley is on the disabled list till maybe mid-May, but experts are pointing more towards a June timetable for him. The Miz, maybe he comes back this week. He's the young ace from Milwaukee. I know that Cubs ace Matthew Boyd started the season on the disabled list. So big pitching names that just a month in have already made teams kind of alter their pitching rotations and plans for the season.
All right. 7:56, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
News from Hastings College this morning as they have named 8 students to their growing Jackson Scholars program for the upcoming school year. The program, now in its second year, has doubled in size from 4 students and offers a full-ride scholarship covering tuition, room, meals, and fees. Students also receive professional development opportunities, including internships and study-away experiences. College officials say the expansion reflects growing momentum in the arts and a commitment to developing the next generation of creative leaders. Federal agencies have not yet begun implementing President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at restricting voting by mail. That, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. DOJ attorney told a federal judge the agencies are still reviewing the order and have taken no concrete steps to enforce it. The order, which seeks to limit mail-in voting and create new federal oversight, is already facing multiple legal challenges from states and advocacy groups who argue it exceeds presidential authority. The case remains ongoing in federal court. And gas prices are going up again across the U.S. as tensions in the Middle East continue to disrupt global oil supply. The spike is tied to the ongoing conflict involving Iran and restricted shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, the key route for about 20% of the world's oil. President Trump is now proposing a new plan to help move ships through the region, but uncertainty remains. Analysts warn prices could stay elevated as long as instability continues and supply remains limited. It is 2 minutes until 8 o'clock. Quickly over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, sports brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. Check them out at bamboospa.website or on Facebook. High school baseball from last night. Hastings High held off Beatrice 9-7. Tigers had a 9-1 lead after just 5 innings. Hastings had only 5 hits in the ball game, but took advantage of 4 Beatrice errors. Zane Thompson was the winning pitcher. Hastings is now 9-15 in this season. They'll play Elkhorn North on Thursday in the first round of the district tournament. And some other games from yesterday. Raymond Central beat Aurora 12-9. Central City Centura got by Elkhorn 4-1, and Grand Island edged Columbus yesterday 3-2. Action today, Adams Central will play at St. Paul Palmer. The Patriots will be looking for their 13th straight win today. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:59 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Rain continues to move toward the east along the Kansas-Nebraska border this morning. Other than that, it'll be slightly breezy with northeast winds of 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies and a high of 56. More rain develops later on tonight in the overnight hours. We'll see rain favored in areas west of Highway 281, an overnight low of 39, 57 with a slight chance of showers Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies, 36 Wednesday night. The sunshine returns Thursday with the high of 71.
Right now we've got north winds at 7. It's cloudy and it's 47 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Miletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maleta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MaletaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maleta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281 just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
On this Tuesday, wrapping things up here, 5th day of May already for 2026. One other thing to sneak in here, Wake Forest transfer Juke Harris, one of the best perimeter players in the transfer portal, has announced his commitment to Tennessee. He was the 4th best available player left in the portal, according to ESPN. 6'7", sophomore kid. Quickly established himself as one of the nation's elite scorers, breaking out during his 2nd season with the Demon Deacons. He averaged 21.4 points, ranking 16th in that category in the nation. He also contributed 6.5 rebounds per game. So Juke Harris from Wake Forest is moving on to Tennessee. So I think that's all my news and notes. Had a lot of them. Had a lot of them today.
Cleared the table.
We'll clear the table off of that. If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can go to our social media sites, download the podcast, and listen to the show at your convenience today. Make plans to be here again tomorrow morning. Anything else we didn't cover?
No, just
clean off of everything's clean off of your plate.
Just a reminder coming up. Sons, don't forget, it's Mother's Day coming up on Sunday.
Oh, that's right, this Sunday?
Yeah, it's already this Sunday. Gotta
Yep,
start
you
putting
better
my
start putting your list together.
My list. My gift list.
From Mom.
I don't know, I think 6-pack of beer generally does the tricks.
And then help her drink it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You give Mom the 6-pack of beer.
Hey, you got this great beer we can have together and celebrate on Mother's Day.
You'll drink 5 of them.
I'll have 3, you can.
You have 2, Mom. And happy Mother's Day.
It's a nice holiday 5-pack where one's missing out.
Yeah. And Mom, what are you cooking?
Exactly.
Make her cook her own meal on Sunday.
She's just happy to see her son.
That's a good idea. Anyway, we'll be back here again tomorrow morning at 7 with Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.